One of the things that the food banking world prides itself on is, hey, John, thank you for your $10 donation to Feeding America. That's going to help us provide 100 meals. We call it the meal claim. And the way we get to that is by being super efficient and leveraging every single donated dollar, every single donated pound of food right back into the community. So what does that leave off the table is infrastructure and capacity development for things like knowledge management. So you can see where, boy, we want to make sure that we develop capacity internally to do things effectively and efficiently and be high performing for our employees so they feel fulfilled and whatnot. And yet, if we invest internally, we're not looping that back to the community. If that doesn't make sense to you, the second piece of it is that there's this organization called Charity Navigator. Anybody heard of that, Charity Navigator? Yeah, if you don't, you should look it up. If you donate any money whatsoever, it's a great tool to look at. It reports out, it gives stars and percentages and so forth. It basically scores charities on their transparency and their kind of shepherding of the donations that they get. How much of your dollar goes to direct services versus other kinds of things? You'd be surprised at the variability there. So we, as the organization, a nonprofit, it's donors. We have to make sure that those donors feel like those are good investments, they're making those investments. So we can't spend too much money on capacity, so there's always this tight rope walk on that. On the other side, we've got, 10,000 plus folks working in the network, and they're working at sub-market pay. They're highly motivated, highly mission-driven, and they'll work 15 hours a day if you let them. I actually had to tell members of my team to go home now. That was part of my response. Please go home now. It's been 12 hours. You're done. Right? It's okay. We'll get people fed tomorrow as well. So there is that other balance of like, man, I'm taking 30 hours to find out this one piece of information that this person needs in Oregon. Can we share better? Can we distribute better? Can we provide better services so I can spend more time helping people and not chasing down pieces of information and so forth? And then finally, on the food bank outcome piece, thinking through not just historically, our number one outcome measure was pounds distributed. So if you've got a local food bank and you go to their website, you'll see one of their talking points is, we did 300 million pounds of food last year. We distributed that to our hungry neighbors, which is awesome and terrific. But then I think as we move forward, particularly out of COVID, donors became more sophisticated and more involved. When Jeff Bezos provided money and Mackenzie Scott provided money and some of these other kind of high rollers, they wanted to know, what are you doing with that? Where are those dollars going and what impact are they making and how's that working and so forth? And if you've got people not being highly productive, being inefficient, it's hard to go that extra step to document impact. So this was a game changer for us.